What is going on, guys? It's Weds with another Destiny 2 video for season 17, and today we are going to talk about the Titan God. Hey, there's no need for anybody to ask for nerf, because as you can see in this video that I just showed you, yes, the Titan can die even if you have the most broken so-called build that people say in this season. So no nerf, please. No nerf. This is all right. Anyway, the build that I'm going to show you is just to show you that you can survive a lot in this game and you can do a lot. But if you're doing very low content, so it's very hard for you to die. But if you're doing stuff like Master Nightfall at 1590 when you are very under level, as you can see in this video, I was 1569, which put me at 21 on their level while I was doing this, and I was still being able to tank a lot of damage and stand there for a long time. And the only reason that I die is because I'm just standing there. But if you are playing the game the way you're supposed to, then you're not gonna die. So again, no nerf. So I'm gonna show you what I use, and I'm gonna leave a link in the description if you want to upload it and then just use it in your Destiny item manager, then so do so. There's a lot of potential for this build for you to make changes, so I am going to show you. So this is what I'm running. Of course, it is Solar 3.0, and let's go with the Sunbreaker. So what we are using right now is using this one right here. So I'm not gonna read a lot of stuff because I'm gonna show you the images, and then you're gonna be fine. So you have the chance to choose between those two, so choose whatever you like. So whatever makes you happy, it really doesn't matter. And then this is what I'm using for barricade, jump, all these things is subjective to whatever you want. And I'm using the hammer, the throwing hammer. This is a lot easier because you get it a lot faster than if you were to do the other option, which is this one right here, but you have to run and then hit stuff and stuff like that. So either way, you can do good with either or. And then for the grenade, I decided to use the solar grenade. You don't have to use this grenade. You can use other ones because you have a lot of options. I use this grenade because that's what I want. In any case, as far as the aspects, I'm using the roaring flames, and then we are using the soul invectors. So like I said, I don't want to read all this stuff right here. You can see what they do, and then you're gonna be fine. And then the soul invectors, again, I am not going to read everything. You can see what they do. And then this is Solar 3.0, and you have to deal with Scorch and Ignition, and Restoration. So you are good to go. Now let's go for the fragment. The fragment that we are using the Ember of Searing. Mainly I use this because of the +10 recovery, and it's Solar 2.0. And then also using Ember of Solace, Radiant, and Restoration. And we're also using Ember of Torches. You know what it does. And then we're also using Ember of Wonder. This I'm using mainly for that +10 resilience, because we need that resilience. Resilience got a buff this season, and resilience is the way to go nowadays. So again, you have plenty of options. Just choose the one that you like, and you should be good to go. As you can see, a lot of them are great at. Some of us gonna have some of the fragments that others don't have, so because that's the way it is set up right now. But eventually you're gonna be able to unlock all of those when Bungie decide that we're gonna have that community event, and you'll be able to unlock all those, and then you have a lot more option, and probably then you might be really invincible where you can die. We don't know yet. Anyway, that's for the aspects and the fragments and the subclass. Now let's go to what I am using. Again, weapons is subjective. You can use whatever you want, just whatever fits your play style or whatever fit the activity that you are doing. And then this weapon is from the dungeon. So it is very good, but that's not why I'm using it, because it's got some perks that that works real good, that synergizes real well with the build, like this one right here. So throwing a grenade or hitting the target with charged melee grants is stacking bonus to weapon stability, handling and range. And then we also have this new perk right here. It says while this weapon is equipped, taking damage accelerate its next reload. You always going to take damage, so this is a very good perk to have in this gun. That's one of the reasons that I'm using it, but not because it is mandatory. You can use whatever you want. And then we're using Gjallarhorn again. You can use whatever you want, whatever fits your playstyle, whatever fits the activity that you are doing. Now over to the stats. The most important stats right here is the resilience. You have to try to make sure you get it at about 100. If it's not 100, that's okay, but try your best to get it to 100. That's why I choose one of those fragments that gives me that plus 10, because we never used resilience before, because we throw away all our armors that has resilience because we thought it was trash. But Bungie showed us wrong. So anyway, 100 resilience is the way to go. And then the recovery, recovery is king in this game. So trying to get it as high as possible. Mine is at 97, so which is 90, that's good to go. And the rest of them, whatever. So whatever you can get, whatever your armor pieces, is going to give you the stats that you want, then you should be good to go. Again, the most important thing is going to be resilience and, this recovery as high as possible. Now, for the exotic that we are using the Lorelei Splendor Helm. This is a helmet that you can get from Lost Sector. So if you don't have it, make sure you pick it up. Just trying to see whenever there is the head day or helmet day, just go to the Lost Sector and get that helmet. This is what it does. So it says Cauterized Flame. When you are critically wounded with full class ability energy, or when you cast a barricade, create a sunspot at your location that has improved restoration effect. That's one of the reasons I was able to stay alive a lot longer. In lower content, like for instance, the dungeon, I cannot die in the dungeon even if I try. But again, you're not invincible. There's a lot of things that can kill you in the game. If you fall on your death, you will die. If you shoot the Gjallarhorn on yourself, you will die. But with this helmet, you can tank a lot of damage. And whenever you getting low on health, it create that sunspot. And then you stay in it, and then you stay alive forever. I had to take my helmet off in order for me to die in the dungeon. So that's how powerful this helmet is. So if you're gonna use something, use that. Now there are other options for exotics that you can use, but this is the one I use for this build that I'm using, and you should be good to go. So I'm not gonna talk about other exotics, but there are many choices that you can use. Now a lot of people use this exotic right here, Heart of Inmost Light, because of what it does. When you use one ability, the other ones are empowered, which means they regenerate a lot faster. So you can use that as another option. A lot of people like this one. And then as far as the mods, let's go through the mods that we are using. Everything is also subjective. You can use whatever you want, whatever is going to work for your build, whatever is going to work for the activity that you were doing. So, but this is what I'm using. I'm using the Melee Well Maker. This is the Destiny era of well, so you have to use the elemental well. So I'm using this one, but again, there are other options, and then you can use the other mods for other things. But since we need that 100 resilience, I'm trying to get resilience everywhere that I can for the mods. That way I can get that resilience to 100. So that's important. So anyway, if you can masterwork your exotic or whatever pieces you're doing, it's gonna be a lot better for you, because you can get that +2 in everything, in every other stats. Now for the gauntlet, this is what we are using. As you know, mods for champions going to take a slot, but depends on what activity that you were doing, so it's going to be dependent on that. But the main important thing is I slot that resilience in there. And also I am using Seeking Wells because it's an arc armor, so I can slot this one because it's an arc mod, and then I can slot this on there. The reason why I use Seeking Well is because whenever you create those elemental well, depends on the distance that you are, the well will come to you. So that's important. But you can use other option if you really want to actually go and seek the well yourself. Then you don't have to worry about anything. And then for the chest piece, I am using a solar chest piece, but I'm using the elemental charge because whenever you pick up those elemental well, you get that charge with light, and you'll see exactly why we use that. Now for extra protection, I am using the concussive dampener because it's an old mod and it is very good. As you can see what it does, but you don't have to use it because you should be fine. But put in your build if you want. And also this is from the artifact. I'm using the armor of the Dying Star, and that gives you double protection for solar and void. And you can slot one that gives you arc protection here, but it is what it is. It's okay. And if you don't, and again, resilience mod. And then for the legs, this is where you can make some changes to the build. I'm using protective light because I like it. It still gives me that 10% protection, so that's okay. If you don't want to use it, you can use other options. There's a lot of other things. You can use another solar armor and then just slot some other stuff on there, but I'm using this. You don't have to. And then, just some rocket stuff. And then the resilience mod. And lastly, the class item. The class item where you have a lot of options for a lot of things that you can do. And a lot of the artifact mods only go in the class item. So, you got to prioritize what you want to do. So what I am using for this build is Well of Life. You don't have to use that because the protection is all right for this build. That's some extra protection because whenever you pick up those elemental wells, then you get that increased regeneration. So use it or not use it, you should be fine. There's other option. You just need to experience or experiment with your build and see what works for you. But those are everything that I got here is subjective and can be changed at your leisure. In any case, I'm using Health with Finisher. You don't have to use this. You can use Bomber or whatever you want to use. But I've got this on there because it's always on there, because if I'm gonna do any activity that require to deal with overload champions, and this is there. But you can slap some other thing in here, like those other things from the artifact, and then again the resilience. Now there is something else that you can do. Let's go check out the artifact real quick. If you unlock this is really good. When you unlock this, just trying to put this on your build. It's a class item and it costs 6 energy, but you can slot this on there and you will be good to go. So just use this when you unlock it, and then that could enhance your build anyway. So, and then there's a lot of other options that you can use. It's gonna be dependent upon you, what you're trying to do. Anyway, I think a build like this is just kind of basic. As a Titan, this will allow you to clear a lot of contents like the new dungeon and a lot of other stuff, and trying to keep you alive and then just clear those contents as easy as possible. But again, you are not invincible. You can die if you try. So anyway, guys, that's all I got to say. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I will leave a link in the description. That way, if you have Destiny Item Manager, you can upload the build and see everything that I'm using. If you want to use them, then you'll be good to go. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later.